So it's all to play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Arsenal 2, Villa 1, scored from a corner. Looked pretty poor apart from that. No real attacking intent. Wanted to defend the ball. Wanted to pretend like we could defend the ball. Midfield blown out of it. Barkamara, who had some decent tracking back situations. Little to no leadership on the field, little to no leadership from the dugout. Our experienced players made big mistakes tonight. Our wild cards that we brought in Buendia and Bailey were ornamental at best. Captain kicked the lad the first 10 minutes. Didn't do much after, unfortunately. Scored a goal from a corner. I said that already. VAR looked at it. I think it was a goal. And then directly from that, we fall asleep in the right back position for the third time already this year. 3 times this year we've conceded a goal directly after scoring ourselves. 3 times they've come directly from crosses or from situations from our right back position. And whether you want to blame Martinez, yeah, you can. There's plenty of blame to go around. Whether you want to blame Martinez, but Matty Cash was all at sea. Ezri Konsa, don't know what he is, but I'm not quite sure that he's had the best start to the year. He seems very, very hesitant. He seems like a guy who's just so low on confidence. We're second from bottom, I think I saw somebody mention. And look, lads, to be honest with you, that's where we probably deserve to be. Based on our performances this season, we probably deserve to be there. We've been very unprofessional on the field. We've been unprofessional off the field. I think this game tonight, we're set up incorrectly again. Obviously, it's par for the course nearly at this stage. And I'm somber, and I think we should be, because we've got hat-trick in the first half, Erling Haaland coming on Saturday. Things aren't fun. And things aren't fun because we've made them not fun. Not us, as I said before. When I say the we, I mean we, the club. The club have made this not fun. The club have made this not fun at all. The managers made this not fun. The players have made this not fun. I think the players today were extremely naive. 2 goals we conceded today were because of player mistakes. They were nothing to do with Gerrard's coaching. Yes, we were put in the positions at times to defend like our lives defended on it because of insane tactics that we've spoken about. But literally, we gifted them 2 goals because players were not tuned in. They weren't there. They weren't there mentally. At times, we scored from a corner. Like, that's all we had. We scored directly from a corner. That's all we had. That's all we had. I don't think this. I'm. It's not fun. Not fun. It's clear as well that while we have these absolutely mind-blowing tactics, which it's fair to say that we do have, I think it's also about time that we started saying that we've overhyped a lot of these players. We have to have. We have to have. We're 2 years looking at. We're looking at this since January 2021. We're probably looking at performances like this when Dean Smith was in charge as well. I don't know. I find it very difficult to. I find it very difficult to contextualize a lot, or to kind of care whether I do about a game like that today, because literally for the first 28 minutes, I was sitting on my couch and I was kind of chuckling away to myself going, well, at least we're kicking players if we can't kick the ball. And then I actually sent a message into the group with Paddy and a couple of other guys. And I said, look, if what we have for the rest of this season is to become like a crazy gang, like Wimbledon in the early 90s, well, at least it'll be a bit of crack. Yeah, this will be one that we'll play back. This is the one that we'll play back on my mind for a while, I think, because there was a shocking amount. There was a level of ineptitude shown at times out there in the field with regards to positioning, structure, strength, just basic physical strength out there, and hesitancy. The word I'm going to use for tonight was the hesitancy from every single player out there. Probably bar Kamara, although he did pass a ball straight back to Gabriel Jesus, who very nearly got in on goal, but we thwarted it somehow. But everyone was hesitant. Emi Martinez was hesitant. He backheeled the ball out over the line for a corner at one stage. After he conceded the goal, both goals he was hesitant for. Mings, I thought, was actually okay. Mings, I could say, was okay. Kamara was probably okay. We're so hesitant in midfield, we couldn't get any passes off. We were hesitant to tackle. We threw ourselves headfirst into every tackle for the first 25 minutes. And then we were terrified after that. Our midfield went very flat. They were just able to pass straight by it. Midfield is a huge monumental issue. Our full back stayed back tonight, relatively. Okay, don't hold me to that. They stayed back relative to where they have been in other games. And the simple fact of that was because we couldn't get our foot in the ball at all. Couldn't get anything on the ball. We couldn't do anything. We're stifled from pretty much 10 minutes out. 10 minutes in, we were stifled. Watkins and Buendia ran around. They tried their bit, but they were lost. Like, and I'm not blaming them for anything, but like, what were they going to do? The little scraps that they had to deal with were just, you know, it is what it is. It's a 2-1 loss. Well, put it this way, we very nearly got our smash and grab point, and I think I'd be sitting here. I wouldn't be as dejected, obviously, if I was sitting here. I think I'd be sitting here and I'd be talking about, well, look, this might be something we could build on. We didn't deserve that. I've said the same thing after Palace, but what happened was we scored against Palace, and then 2 minutes later, we're picking the ball out of the back of our net. I said the same thing after Everton. We won 2-1, but we scored against Everton. 2 minutes later, we were picking the ball out of the back of our net. Like, professional football teams, that doesn't happen to. It doesn't happen to professionals. It doesn't happen to teams that have any way, shape, or form confidence in their ability at the moment, and that's where we are. And blame who you want, and look, the tactics that they go out in the field are like that. But as I say, this team has been putting in performances like this since January 2021, when Man United came to town and Pogba got that penalty, and then afterwards Rodri gets the goal that should never have been a goal from offside. And you know, we seem to be a team of putting our hands in the air trying to figure out what's going on and who made the mistake, and it's always a mistake, and somebody has to be blamed for the mistake. But the reality of it is that we're just not that good. Tonight we were completely outclassed, you know, and it's okay to say that. And I'm coming across as a very defeated man. And yes, we'll do a team sheet tantrum, and I'll try and figure out and put on a smile or whatever. But I hope I'm not turning people off the channel for this, by the way, because this is very much seems to be like I'm eulogizing the performance last night. But it's like I don't think I've said anything that isn't true. Maybe I have. I don't know. Maybe we're all seeing something that's completely different. Maybe we're all seeing something that's completely wrong. Maybe we are in the twilight zone. And we've got football all wrong. We just don't know football. Every single one of us fans just do not know football. And Souness was right. Souness was right that you can only know football if you play at the top of the game. And maybe there's some handbook out there whereby they're ticking off every single box, and this is how you should do it, and we're just damn unlucky. Maybe there is that twilight zone out there, but maybe we'll never know about it. Like, But what I do know is that everyone to a man that watched that game tonight looked at Aston Villa literally cling on for the first half. In the second half, we score from a corner, directly from a corner. No one even looked like getting on the ball. And then we can see 90 seconds, 3 minutes later. Like, if there's anything coherent about that performance that you can put in a postcard and you can post it for the Love of Paul McGrath, Ireland, I'd love to read it. I'd love to read it because, as I say, I genuinely am out of ideas as to where I can pluck coherency from that setup, coherency from the tactical setup, coherency from the performance. Like we used to be a team that would huff and puff and run around the place, and like we're seeing statistics whereby we've the least amount of ground covered in the league as well. So we're not even a team that does that anymore. So like, does that mean we're not even trying to force the issue? Are we being too rigid toward a tactic that doesn't work? I'll buy you a house if you can explain it. I'll buy you a house somewhere. Mightn't be a big house, mightn't be a nice house, but I'll buy somebody a house if they can explain it to me in a clear, concise language that everybody can understand. Because I'm struggling. I'm struggling with that. I'm struggling with the lack of. The players being able to figure it out on the field as well. The lack of mutiny. Does that sound a bit stupid? I'm struggling with the lack of mutiny. The lack of the fact that the players don't get into a huddle and say, lads, we're doing this our own way. He can scream at us all he wants afterwards, but we're going to tighten things down here. We're going to do this our own way. Maybe they are, and maybe they're just not able to do it. That's what I'm saying. But like, I don't know. Then again, maybe we're wrong, and maybe the tactic is right, and we're just getting unlucky. Who knows? I genuinely don't know what to believe anymore when I'm watching stuff like that. I'm going to get some of your comments there because I've talked nonsense for the last 12 minutes, guys. I've talked nonsense and I know it, and I'm going to regret every single one of these sentences. And about 30 minutes after this, might delete this podcast later. Who knows? Right, where are we? I'm just going to pick a couple here. NB Flower says we need to play 4-2-3-1 with our captain, not one of them. Based on tonight's performance and last week's performance, there's no way to justify going out and doing the exact same thing again for the 36th time and hoping that it works and not shielding your backs. I can't agree. I can't disagree with you. You know. Christian Jones asks, are we actually in danger of going down? Don't think so. Like, it's impossible to tell right now. But somebody mentioned we're second last in the table. I don't know. I actually haven't seen the table since logged on. Oh yeah, there we are, second last in the table. Yeah, behind Leicester, and Leicester have a game to play. So tomorrow night we could be last in the table. There's your continuous development and progression, isn't it? There's your continuous. We've scored 4 goals this season, and one of them directly from a corner. Yeah. Back to your comments. Sorry. Where else are we? Yeah. Do you know what? I agree with it in parts as well, Gary Howlett. The lads tried their best, but we just don't have any direction. I agree with that in parts. But when you look at like the running statistics that we have as well, we're still rooted to the bottom. And I'm not like, I want every single one of these players to be the best players they can be. And if the dreaded players have down tools, and I don't think they have, because like, as I say, players are trying to get in front of blocks and everything there, but they're just so far out of position and out of structure that it probably makes it look like that they're so porous. But Yeah, like, but if I kind of don't even want to talk about that because while I have mentioned a couple of players, I still love all the players. I still want them all to be brilliant because they're Aston Villa players. I want them all to be the best players in the league. I don't want to ever be proven right. If I say that Kanza has had a bad start to the season, I don't ever want to be proven right about that. I want to be proven wrong. I want to look like a dope. I want to look like an absolute idiot saying stuff like that. But at the moment, I'm like, I think it's probably fair to say that I'm not looking like an idiot when I said that Kanza hasn't had the best start to the season and that Matty Cash has been caught in that right back position for goals, that they've come from that side of the field, or they've come directly after we've scored. So it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. I don't ever want to get into the situation whereby, you know, whereby we're talking about players downing tools like a la McLeish, a la Lambert. I think they did it as well. You know, I don't want to get into that position because that means that there is no way back for anything and we're really in a quagmire. But I will. I'm going to say with you that they tried their best, but they didn't have any direction, Gary. And if you are the Gary Howlett, if you are the Gary Howlett, because it's just after clicking with me there now. If you are the Gary Howlett, pop on. Try and explain it to me if you can. Try and explain it to me if you can. A couple of more comments there, guys, and I'm really sorry. Put it this way: this podcast ain't winning any awards anyway. That's for sure. I don't think so. Where else? I mean, Tywin Hamilton says, "I'm not blaming the players. They're set up wrong. The team is too narrow. Can Neil not see that? What is his role? Is it that Stephen is not listening to him, or he is clueless too? Is that Neil Critchley or is that me? Because I think I've said that the setup is wrong. Tywin, I don't know. I presume that's Neil Critchley and not me. And if it is me, I don't know. Maybe I'm clarifying that I agree with you. I agree with you that the setup is wrong. I don't even know who to blame at the moment. I don't know who to blame after that game. I don't know who to blame after that game for sure, but I presume that's Neil Critchley because I think there was Neil Critchley chat in the room there a minute ago. And when I mentioned the word mutiny as well, guys, I didn't mean it as in like, but I meant like on the field that they would just hunker down for a 10-15 minute period and then deal with it when they get into the dressing room. This is something I've been speaking about for weeks, I think now at this stage, that, you know, somebody needs to grab the bull by the scruff of the neck. Like there's no way Roy Keane would. And look, we've had our moments talking about Roy Keane on this podcast. God knows we've had our moments in the early days of this podcast talking about Roy Keane and the fact that, yes, look, fantastic footballer, but you know, we would say that certain things we would not agree with Roy Keane, put it that way. But there's no way a Roy Keane or a John Terry on the field doesn't grab players together there and start telling people a few home truths and start telling people where they need to line up and, you know, start taking control of the situation on the field, even if it's only for a 10-15 minute period. And maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's happening, and we just aren't able to enact it as well. But I just don't know. I'm devoid of ideas, people. I really am devoid of ideas, and I apologize. I'm not even going to talk about. I'm not even going to talk about. Oh, sorry, Twan. Apologies. I should have looked at your profile photo. I do apologize. For that, I do apologize. Hope you accept my apology. And it was Neil Critchley. Excellent. Yes, I'm in the clear. I'm in the clear. Thanks, Tawad. Where else are we? Sorry, I had one there. Now, this, I'm not sure. I did mention John Terry there. Best immediate replacement with Gerrard is John Terry. I don't know, is it, lads? I don't know, is it? I don't know, is it? I don't know. Are we just going back into the same situation again? Like John Terry doesn't have any experience. I think we need experience. I think we need proven winners. I think we got to go big or we go home with this. And and that's that. Look, I just don't know. I don't think we need that. I just I don't know about John Terry becoming manager at this very moment in time at 9:57 GMT in the 31st of August in the year 2022. I'm just not sure I would be very enthused about John Terry. And Gary Howlett says that he is not the Gary Howlett who played for Brighton. Sorry, okay, damn it. I thought maybe with the whole Irish connection, you might have wanted to listen in the fact that he was Irish too. Right, lads, I think I'm going to go because I can't string, just like Villa's passes tonight, I can't string sentences together. I'm a bit incoherent because I'm a bit flat. Well, if you're 20 minutes into this, 21 minutes into this, and you haven't realized I'm a bit flat, I am a bit flat after that today. But it's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. We played against a good Arsenal team who beat us. I just wish that we could have looked some way coherent. Like the media machine is going to be complete. Like maybe the Douglas Luiz scoring for a corner maybe deflects some of what went on, but we're going to be shown up to be pretty silly looking in the media tomorrow. And it's never nice to read that or to listen to it or to have stuff like that, because our performance wasn't great, and we're stacking up not great performances, and that for me is obviously the big problem, and the gravitation towards the big name manager that we have as well there is obviously going to draw attention to it. So tomorrow I shall be staying away from back pages and newspapers. I shall be deleting the TalkSport app from my phone, which actually, I'll be honest with you, I did about 2 years ago. I shall be muting TalkSport from all of my social media accounts so that I cannot see it. I shall not be indulging myself in any sports talk radio tomorrow, and I will just have alerts on from Villa Report, I think, because tomorrow being transfer deadline day. And when it's announced, it's announced. So, guys, I think that's going to do it for tonight. Let's hope we get some players in the door tomorrow. I know some people say that we shouldn't give Gerrard any money, all that kind of stuff. That's really cutting our nose off to spite our face, because we need reinforcements, guys. We need them. We need another centre half. We probably two. We need another centre half. We need more central midfield reinforcements. We need more attacking reinforcements. And I just hope that God people are there that want to come through the door, or that we've got people lined up, because there is an injection of pace, there's an injection of steel, and there's an injection of something needed in this team. And we've 1 day to fix that, because if we don't have that day to fix that, we've a long time before it rolls around again, and a lot of matches, even including a World Cup break. So have a little word with whoever you have a little word with. If you have a little word with anybody, if there's anyone upstairs that you have a little word with, that maybe we're active in the transfer market tomorrow, because regardless of how we feel about the manager and the tactics that we have at the moment, the club would not be doing us as fans favors if we didn't strengthen the squad also, because I do think the squad needs to be strengthened. And on that note, that positive note, or as Jeremy Clarkson would say, and on that bombshell, I'm going to leave you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope I didn't bore you all. I hope you guys will come back. I hope I didn't turn anyone off the podcast with my rambling soliloquies. But appreciate all you guys for watching, and we'll be back again tomorrow, maybe 3 or 4 times. And if you guys want to, I mean it as well, guys, if you want to leave a voicemail line is still open. Speakpipe.com for the Love of Paul McGrath pod. We will play out your voicemails, and we will have them on a show probably Thursday. So we'll set a cutoff point of about 9 o'clock tomorrow. We won't. We'll leave it run all the way through tomorrow. We'll set a cutoff point to maybe 9 a.m. on Thursday morning, and we will we'll do a voicemail show on Thursday. I'll pre-record one and I'll put it out, because I want to hear your thoughts in more than a 200-character text here on this. But thank you so much, everybody, for staying the course tonight. Hope you all sleep well. If you are going to bed now, hope you all have a good day. If you've just got up and had to watch that, but thanks a million most of all for tuning into the podcast. Really appreciate you all. And as always, I'm still going to say it. All that's left to say is up the Villa.